Once upon a time, there was a guy named Hassan. He wrote JavaScript like no one other could. His features flew to production without having any issues. The code he wrote could only be understood by himself. He was brilliant. It was the most beautiful thing you could ever see. Immaculate. And whenever he had to use TypeScript, he would just use any. Because any is the best thing you could do with your code. Now imagine someone teaching yourself JavaScript and the development. Your skills would shoot towards the sky. And you'll see your skills grow to the extent that you never thought of. That's what we're doing today. It's what we do every day. So buckle up, and we're gonna start in 1 minute.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another stream. Hope you're doing good. Weekend बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो सबको. Hope you had a good sleep as well. I'm gonna put this away so you don't know why I'm getting fat. Let's have a look at the chat. कौन कौन मौजूद है यहाँ पे? अहमद खलील, congratulations कह रहे हैं. Thank you अहमद. Raza Ali Khan, how are you sir? I'm good, Alhamdulillah. What are doing today? Just got here. We are going to continue working on the budget application जिस पे हम कल काम कर रहे थे. So we are going to finalize that. उसमें कुछ JavaScript होगी, कुछ OOP होगी. We are going to do a couple of interesting things today. We're going to continue and try to finalize the application जिस पे हम काम कर रहे थे. तो yes, that's the whole plan. It has been a really good morning. और मैंने नाश्ते में खाया है bread और अंडा, which was really good cooked क्योंकि मैंने खुद बनाया था. और उसके अलावा चाय, डेट वॉज प्रीटी मच इट. और मेरा दोबारा से दिल किया कि मैं एक और चाय पी लूँ, लेकिन मैंने नहीं पी. तो देयर इट इज़. और अभी फिलहाल जूस चल रहा है. कोशिश कीजिएगा कि मुझे बीच बीच में याद दिलाते रहें कि मैं पानी पी लूँ, क्योंकि मैं अक्सर भूल जाता हूँ. एंड दैट्स नॉट रियली नाइस. उसके अलावा सबसे पहले, इससे पहले कि हम कोई भी कोडिंग स्टार्ट करें, वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विद सम अनाउंसमेंट्स. उसमें बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ें हैं दैट आई वांट टू शेयर. कुछ मैंने लास्ट स्ट्रीम में भी शेयर की थी, कुछ मैं अब शेयर करने वाला हूँ. बट बिफोर डैट ऑल्सो लुकिंग एट अदर मैसेजेस. रज़ा अली कह रहे हैं कैसे आप? मैंने बता दिया बहुत अच्छा हूँ. अली इब्राहिम सुबहान कह रहे हैं हाउ आर यू डूइंग? अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई एम डूइंग गुड. हाजिर अब्बी भी कह रही हैं अस्सलाम वालेकुम. वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू. कैसे हैं आप भाई? अल्लाह का शुक्र है. हा वीकेंड बिजी फॉर प्रोग्रामर. इट एक्चुअली डिपेंड्स. जैसे अभी मेरा जो मॉर्निंग हुई है उसमें मैंने नाश्ता किया है. देन आई वाज मोस्टली विद माय किड मोहम्मद असलान के साथ. और काफ़ी देर तक मैं खेलता रहा, काफ़ी देर तक मैं देखता रहा उसको जद्दोजहद करते हुए कि वो सो जाए. बड़ी कोशिश की हमने, लेकिन नहीं. वो लड़का सिर्फ पूरा का पूरा अपने अब्बा पे गया है. जब तक आखिरी नींद की डोज नहीं आ रही होगी ना, जब तक खेलता रहेगा, वो लड़ता रहेगा. बट ही इज़ अ वेरी नाइस बॉय अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. तो उसके साथ काफ़ी देर तक खेलते रहा, उसको यहाँ वहाँ पढ़ता हुआ देखता रहा फॉर अबाउट 3 आवर्स आई थिंक. और अब मैं यहाँ पे हूँ. आई कोड. उसके बाद आई हैव सम अदर वर्क टू डू. मुझे बुक पे थोड़ा सा काम करना है, उसकी आउटलाइन शेयर करनी है जो सेकंड एडिशन बुक का जा रहा है. बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आई थिंक इट्स कैन बी वेरी चिल. बहुत ज़्यादा शायद कोडिंग नहीं हो रही होगी, लेकिन अनाउंसमेंट का मुझे लाजमी याद दिलाइएगा. कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन सर. नजीम रहमान कह रहे हैं थैंक यू नजीम. ऊप इज़ फेवरेट. रज़ा अली कह रहे हैं ज़बरदस्त यार, ये बात बहुत कम सुनने को मिलती है. लर्निंग कोडिंग बाय वीजी कह रहे हैं हैप्पी दिवाली. आई डोंट रियली नो कि दिवाली है या नहीं है, बट इफ़ इट इज़ देन ओके. कोई एडवांस रिएक्ट कोर्स लाओ सर. इस बारे में सोचेंगे. ये प्रजकोपाल, ये कोर्स उर्दू में होने चाहिए या उर्दू हिंदी में होना चाहिए या इंग्लिश में होना चाहिए, ये बता दो ज़रा मुझे. You're also a good manager. I try to be. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Learnings from New York conference. Looking forward to for the quick feedback. Raza Zaidi कह रहे हैं there was a lot of learning in the New York conference. Let me actually grab my notebook. And also keep reminding me कि मुझे पानी पीना है और मुझे बैठा नहीं रहना, ताकि I move some of the muscles. तो I have a lot of notes जो मैंने न्यूयॉर्क कॉन्फ्रेंस में या फायरबेस समिट में लिए थे. And interesting, when I say a lot of, oh, I actually skipped a page. तो यहाँ पे ये बहुत सारे नोट्स हैं जो मैंने लिए हैं फायरबेस के अंदर, जो जो नई चीज़ें पता चली हैं, और ये वो नोट्स हैं. इट वॉज एक्चुअली वेरी टफ कि आप सुनते भी रहें, लिसन भी करें और कोई चीज़ मिस भी ना करें और कुछ नोट्स भी बना लें. तो आई एक्चुअली हैड फन. उसमें मेनली फायरबेस की जो अपनी टॉक्स थी वो हुई. उसके अलावा एक एंगुलर फायरबेस की वर्कशॉप हुई थी विच वॉज वेरी गुड. तो इट वॉज नाइस. लेकिन अभी मैं फ़ौरन क्विक फीडबैक में उसको शेयर नहीं कर सकता. आई वुड हैव टू क्रिएट सम वीडियोज़ फॉर दिस. सो येस, गिव मी सम टाइम एंड आई विल कम बैक टू यू. गमन कुमार कह रहे हैं कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन सर. थैंक यू सो मच. Quicksilver, hey yo, how's it going? Sir, currently I'm doing cybersecurity. What's your point of view about cybersecurity? It's good. If you're interested in it, then yeah, definitely move for it. If you're interested in a field and you like it, then you're going to go very far in that. So make sure that you pick something that you're interested in and passionate about. That's what I did. I learned a lot about design pattern from your old video and going deep into it. Now I understand why there's need of clean code. Awesome, Brajagopal. That's really good to hear. Thank you. And I also said hey you to Quicksilver. So there we go. So we've caught up with all of the messages. अब ज़रा बात करते हैं announcements की. तो काफ़ी कुछ specific announcements हैं. पहली तो announcement यही है, as you know, कि हमने अपना एक डिफरेंट चैनल जो है वो लॉन्च कर दिया है. तो एंड वी आर एक्चुअली स्ट्रीमिंग देयर राइट नाउ एज वेल. तो अगर आप इंटरेस्टेड हो उर्दू/हिंदी कंटेंट के अंदर, तो दिस इज़ समथिंग दैट आई वुड लाइक यू टू गो फॉर. मैं इसका लिंक जो है वो शेयर कर रहा हूँ चैनल पे. तो इट्स कॉल्ड कोड विद एहसन, बट इट इज़ कॉल्ड कोड विद एहसन उर्दू हिंदी. तो वी आर स्ट्रीमिंग देयर राइट नाउ और मैं यहाँ पे चैट पे शेयर कर रहा हूँ. तो यू कैन ऑल्सो गो एंड सब्सक्राइब देयर. मेरी कोशिश ये होगी कि जितने भी उर्दू कंटेंट है वो सारा का सारा इस चैनल पे हो, ताकि ये कन्फ्यूजन ना हो कि अच्छा इंग्लिश कहाँ है और उर्दू कहाँ है. और अब से जितनी वीडियोस इंग्लिश में आ रही होंगी, आई ट्राई टू मेक श्योर कि मैं उसे अपने मेन चैनल में रखूँ. एक छोटी सी जो डिस्टिंक्शन है दोनों चैनल्स के अंदर वो सिर्फ कलर्स की है. तो यू विल नोटिस कि ये वाला जो कलर है ये पर्पल नहीं है, ये ब्लू है. और जो दूसरा मेरा मेन चैनल है फिलवक्त कोड विद एहसन का, डेट इज़ पर्पल. तो बस ये माइन्यूट सा डिफरेंस है, लेकिन हमारी जितनी भी उर्दू या हिंदी की वीडियोस होंगी इंशाल्लाह वो वहाँ पे जाएंगी. रिजवी खड़ा कह रहा है अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, आई फॉलोड फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम बट नेवर रियली गॉट द टाइम टू बी इन द स्ट्रीम. रिजवी वेलकम, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम एवरीबडी. वेलकम रिजवी. See, everybody is happy. They can see a lot of subscribers are coming in. So thank you for the subscription. If you have not already subscribed to the new channel, जाएं और उसको subscribe करें. I believe once it crosses like 1,000 subscribers, then we start to monetize that as well. तो वो obviously help करेगा channel को grow करने के अंदर और उसको manage करने के अंदर. तो we can hire some designers या इट कुड बी लोगो डिज़ाइनर्स या फिर वीडियो एडिटर्स, ताकि जल्द से जल्द कंटेंट आपके पास जाए, जो कि मेरा मकसद है कि मेरी कोशिश ये होती है कि मुझे ज़्यादा टाइम एडिट करने में ना लगाना पड़े, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली अभी मुझे ही सब कुछ एडिट करना होता है। तो अगर मैं अपना टाइम फोकस करूँ सिर्फ वीडियोस बनाने में और एडिट कोई और कर रहा हो, तो वो मेरे लिए और आप सबके लिए मेरे ख्याल से ज़्यादा बेनिफिशियल है। फॉर डैट वी ऑब्वियसली नीड सम मनी, ताकि हम उन डिज़ाइनर्स को या उन वीडियो एडिटर्स को पे कर सकें। वो भी ज़ाहिर सी बात है मुफ्त में तो काम नहीं कर रहे होंगे। तो everything goes along with that. So the more you support by subscribing, sharing the video, making sure that the channel and the community grows, the better we'll do in the future, inshallah. So having said that, let's talk about the other announcement. तो जो दूसरी announcement है वो ये है कि I'm actually switching job, और next week, नहीं, नेक्स्ट वीक जो है वो मेरी करंट कंपनी के अंदर इट वुड बी माय लास्ट वीक। और जो मेरा रोल स्विच हो रहा है अब, वो हो रहा है फ्रॉम बीइंग अ सॉफ्टवेयर आर्किटेक्ट टू बीइंग अ सॉफ्टवेयर आर्किटेक्ट स्लैश लीड इंस्ट्रक्टर। तो आई एम जॉइनिंग सॉल्ट डॉट स्टडी, और इसके अंदर जो इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ ये है कि ये एक बूट कैंप है जिसमें आई विल बी क्रिएटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ कोर्सेज फॉर देम। ये ऑब्वियसली प्राइवेट होंगे सॉल्ट के लिए, लेकिन इससे जो बेनिफिट हमारी कम्युनिटी को होगा वो ये होगा कि दे हैव ऑल्सो सेट कि दे विल बी सपोर्टिंग द कम्युनिटी, या जो काम मैं यूट्यूब पे कर रहा हूँ, तो डेट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। और एक और चीज़ जो हमें बेनिफिशियल होगी वो ये होगी कि वाइल वर्किंग ऑन दीज थिंग्स, मुझे या दीज बूट कैंप्स या दीज कोर्सेज, आई विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ नॉलेज, और वो नॉलेज फिर मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर कर सकता हूँ। तो फिल वक्त जो प्रोसेस है वो ये है कि मैं अपना बहुत सारा एक्स्ट्रा टाइम निकालता हूँ, चीज़ों को लर्न करता हूँ, स्टडी करता हूँ, देन उनको प्लान करता हूँ कि अच्छा अब इस तरीके से इसको सिखाना है। उसके साथ साथ, क्योंकि अब मेरा रोल या मेरी फुल टाइम जॉब ही कंटेंट से रिलेटेड है, या कंटेंट क्रिएशन से रिलेटेड है, या कोर्सेज क्रिएशन से रिलेटेड है, दैट विल इंशाल्लाह बेनिफिट अस अ लॉट। सो दैट्स द सेकंड अनाउंसमेंट दैट आई वांटेड टू मेक। तो हमने दो अनाउंसमेंट्स किए हैं, एक हमारा उर्दू का चैनल, दूसरा ये चेंज ऑफ जॉब्स। सही है। तीसरी एक और चीज़ ये है कि आई विल मोस्ट लाइकली गो, नॉट मोस्ट लाइकली बट विल डेफिनेटली गो टू एनजी पोलैंड। ये हो रही है नेक्स्ट वीक। तो आई मेट अ रियली नाइस फ्रेंड संतोष, जो कि फिल वर्क जर्मनी में, आई बिलीव ही इज़ ऑल्सो गिविंग अ टॉक। दैट्स इंटरेस्टिंग। ये अभी तक खुला हुआ है, October 16 is the deadline, but okay, but this is still open. Interesting. तो alright, तो 25th अक्टूबर को हो रही है एनजी पोलैंड, तो I'm gonna be joining this. I'm not sure कि JS पोलैंड में मैं जा रहा हूँ या नहीं जा रहा हूँ, बट एनजी पोलैंड में for sure. तो I'm going to go for this next week inshallah, विच मीन्स देयर विल बी मोर एंगुलर कंटेंट। और मैंने देखा है कि उर्दू के अंदर एंगुलर का कंटेंट इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, या हिंदी के अंदर नहीं है, तो वील हैव अ लॉट मोर इनटू दैट। और जावास्क्रिप्ट का भी कंटेंट नहीं है, तो या आई लर्न अ लॉट एंड देन आई शेयर अ लॉट विद यू एज वेल। ऑसम। तो ये तीन चीज़ें, इज़ इट फ्री? नो, इट्स नॉट फ्री। आई थिंक देयर इज़ अ प्राइस फॉर एवरी गुड थिंग। अगर मैं टिकट्स पे ही चला जाऊँ तो ये टिकट्स हैं तकरीबन, मेरे ख्याल से एनजी पोलैंड जो है वो 207 यूरोज़ की है, एनजी प्लस JS पोलैंड जो है वो 307 यूरोज़ की है, और अगर वर्कशॉप डे 1 आप ले रहे हो तो वो 370 यूरोज़ की है। तो इट्स नॉट फ्री। ऑसम। तो आई थिंक that's pretty much it about the announcements. So now that we have this, how about we start coding? Are you all ready for some coding? जो हमारी बजट ऐप है, क्या हम उसको फाइनलाइज कर लें? अली इब्राहिम सुबान कह रहे हैं कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन, थैंक यू। Are you Shehzad कह रहे हैं, are you moving away from Angular? We would like to welcome in the React.js community. I'm not moving away from Angular, although I know that you wish I would, but I would never. But you can still welcome me in the React.js community, because I mean I've been working with React for more than 4 years now. So I'm actually in both communities. Awesome. थोड़ा खट्टा हो गया। ओके, तो Are you all ready? Can I get some yes in the chat? ताकि हम अपनी बजट ऐप स्टार्ट करें और उसको आज पाए तकमील तक पहुंचा दें. Are you all ready? Are you all ready?
Are you? Osman said yes. Okay, I got you.
Cool. ओवरव्यू दे दें बजट ऐप में क्या होने वाला है. बजट ऐप को फाइनलाइज कर रहे हैं, यही ओवरव्यू है. लॉस गेट इन German. You said yes, ready, perhaps. What do you mean by perhaps? It's like when you have not wore your clothes and someone asks, are you going to be, or when you're in the bathroom and someone asks, hey, are you going to be out in a minute, and you would be like, perhaps. But it's not perhaps. I mean, are you ready or not? What are we talking about here? Come on, say yes. You go all in or you go home. That's it. If there's no perhaps, it's like yes or no. रजब मंदरो थोड़ा इधर से भी गयान ले लिया करो, अहमद खलील कह रहे हैं. ये भी सही है. ओके, तो लेट्स हैव अ क्विक लुक एट द एप्लीकेशन जो हमने बनाई है. अच्छा, एक और चीज़ जो मुझे शेयर करनी है अबाउट द न्यू उर्दू चैनल इज़ दैट कि हम स्टार्ट जो लेंगे उर्दू चैनल का वो हम लेंगे वीडियोस से, ठीक है. और वो वीडियोस होंगी उर्दू में ऑफ कोर्स, सो आई डोंट वांट टू पुश एनीथिंग इंग्लिश देयर. लेकिन जितना भी अभी तक हमने बजट ऐप पे काम किया है, वी हैव सीन कि वो सारा काम या वो सारी जो अभी तक का जितना हमने इम्प्लीमेंट किया है वो सब इंग्लिश में हुआ है. तो आई एम गोइंग टू कंटिन्यू वर्किंग विद दिस इन इंग्लिश. बट इफ़ यू थिंक कि ये आपके समझ नहीं आ रहा या ऊपर से जा रहा है, या इफ़ आई एम गोइंग टू फास्ट, प्लीज़ लेट मी नो, बिकॉज द पॉइंट ऑफ दिस होल स्ट्रीम इज़ दैट यू आस्क क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम मी कि अच्छा ये आपने जो किया था वो मुझे समझ नहीं आया, व्हाट डिड यू डू देयर, एंड देन आई कैन repeat what I did. ठीक है. I'm going to give an overview of what I did before on this budgeting app, what we have done so far, and then we are going to take it to the next level. Qasim says, have you created that Urdu channel? Yes, I have. I shared this in the chat. It's called CodeWithAhsan Urdu Hindi. आपको ये most likely नहीं मिल रहा होगा YouTube पे, क्योंकि obviously it's a new channel. There's no videos essentially. कोई SEO कुछ भी नहीं हुआ हुआ, तो you will not find it. So this is the link. So you can quickly go ahead और वहाँ पे आप subscribe कर सकते हो. ठीक है. Awesome. So now that we have this, make a tutorial about email sending using Node.js. Okay, I'll try to look into that. Let me quickly take a note of it, please. Give me one sec. Notion and Angular Cookbook. I need to go to GDE to do's. Come back here. Oops. And then let's add it. So you said one more group. CW site, no. Video tutorial, yes. You said Node.js send emails tutorial. All right, there we go. And can I get a link to this message? No, I cannot. Okay, that's fine. तो ये लीजिए, हमने इसको ऐड कर दिया है. So I'll inshallah look into it whenever possible. So let's talk about what we are doing here. अच्छा, एक और चीज़ ये कि I'm not sure if you know about it, लेकिन अगर आप चाहो तो what you could do is, if I can switch to my other account, I'm not sure आप familiar हो इस YouTube के फीचर से या नहीं, but if you go to the stream and if you look down, there is an option called clip. तो if you find something या कोई ऐसा आंसर जो मैंने किसी क्वेश्चन का दिया हो that you find interesting कि हाँ यार ये आपने बड़ी अच्छी बात बताई है, तो you can clip it और आप इसकी क्लिप क्रिएट कर लोगे तो दिस ऑल्सो हेल्प्स अदर, ताकि उनको ये चीज़ रीच आउट हो जाए, ठीक है? तो मेक श्योर टू क्लिप, make sure to react to this video if you have not already. I can see that there are more than 15 people watching on YouTube, so I would highly appreciate a thumbs up on the video ताकि ये और लोगों तक reach हो. Same goes for Facebook. You can help the channel grow. Okay, last question ले रहे हैं and then we are going to jump into the code itself. Assalamu alaikum, just need an advice. I'm working on Angular and sometimes on React. It's also better to go to backend, or should I completely polish myself front end next 3 years more to become a front end architect? Aman Mirza. Aman, I personally have never stopped working on the front end or exploring front end. So I am a front end architect, although I'm a full stack engineer, but it's still I'm a front end focused full stack engineer. So I know how to work with backend. I know how to work with databases. I know how to put the architecture there or design systems, but my specialty is still front end. So that's what I've done. So you eventually would have to pick one. No full stack engineer is really good on both sides. You have to always pick one side over the other. So I would highly suggest that you just go and pick one thing. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Can I see this video recorded if I miss it online? Agha Osman Ahmed. Yes, you can. On Facebook, I think this is also published, but if not, you can go to YouTube and then you can find it. So an overview of this application that we built. So this is a budgeting app that we have taken inspiration from this. I know it looks really ugly, I know, but we are working right now on the functionality rather than the UI of it. So what we did yesterday, or what we have done so far, is that we create this app and we have pure JavaScript, no React, no Angular, nothing. We have pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript working on it. There's not even a build system here, so everything is non-minified. This is to teach you pure JavaScript and how to work with OOP in this case. You will not be doing this very often, but if you are a fresher, you're going to learn a lot of concepts throughout that you can just use. So what happened so far is that we have this new transaction sort of element here. In here, you can provide transaction title, transaction category, and transaction amount. And then what you can do is just say add. When you do add, it will essentially add this to transaction. So yesterday, we implemented some validation around this. For example, you cannot submit if you have not filled all of the things. So I can say, for example, test 1, and then I can hit add. Now it says, hey, pick this one. So I can pick clothes and shopping, and then I say add. Still, you can see I have to put all of these 3 things here. So when I do 1, 2, 3, 0 and hit add, now a couple of things would happen. First, it will add this transaction here in the list. Second, it will reset this form, but it will still keep the category set. This is the last thing that we did yesterday. So if I hit add, you can see that the category is still there, but we have resetted the entire form or everything else apart from the category. And now you can see that we got this really nice or really nicely ugly list item here. So I could keep adding stuff like this here, and you can see that it would pop up with the date, right? So this is what we have. Now, what I want to do is first to show you the code of what we do here, then just styling this a bit. So here you can see that I have a wallet, and then that means that if I have a lot of transactions here, then my wallet's value should also reflect that, right? So how do we do that? How do we ensure that our wallet also reflects these transactions? For example, if I add a negative transaction here, then that would show that my wallet kind of decreases that amount. And then if I add something that is sort of an income, then, or an amount is credited, then this amount should increase, right? So before doing that, let me show you the code so far. So what we did yesterday. So on yesterday, what we did was this. So whenever this entry form is submitted, we get the event target, which is a form. We get out the value of the title, amount, and category. So what I showed you on the view, title, category, and amount. So it takes out these values from the form. Then it uses this .create transaction, which actually creates a new transaction. So you can see that it gets those values, it gets the title, it gets the amount, and then it creates a category or finds a category, and then it generates a new date for each transaction. And once it creates that transaction, this generates an HTML element, which we then push to this list. So this HTML is actually generated from this function, from the new transaction.getHTML. So if I open this, you can see that we have this entire HTML. And what we essentially do is that each transaction has a category, has a title, has a date, has an amount. And when we run the getHTML, it generates this HTML with all these variables like the title, the date, the amount. And that is what you essentially see here. So the title, the date, and also the amount should be there, but I don't think we show the amount, or there would be something wrong there. That's probably a bug. So let's figure out what's happening there. So we got the title, the date, but we don't have anything in the amount. So if I go to console, I don't see any errors there, but the amount is empty. So let's do a quick debug to see what's happening there. So I'm gonna quickly go ahead, remove all the breakpoints. So I can do remove all breakpoints, and then let's just go to the function that generates the HTML, this one. So if I say test2 or test22 and 22 and hit add, then let's see. So this here has the amount, which is 22. So if I put this dot amount 22 in here, that doesn't add it because it's a number. That feels a bit weird. Interesting. Okay, so if I go out of this, the HTML does not contain it. Why so? And also I can see that this amount element is here, which is okay. And I don't even see the delete buttons as well now. So this is really interesting. Which means that we've probably messed up something. So, oh, now I get it. I get it. Okay, so let me tell you what's happening. For generating this HTML, we are using something called the tagged literals. This is something specific to JavaScript. Not everybody uses. No, it's not about adding toString to the end of number. That's not going to fix it, Aga. But good catch. In simple cases, that would have done it. But you will notice that this is not a string. This is a weird syntax. You can see. So in here, you can see that transaction item template, and then we start this backtick. Now, this is something that is called a tagged literal. This is something very different. I don't think anybody uses that, but if you have heard about something called styled components in React, the styled components uses this trick, right? So what I'm doing is I'm using the transaction item template. So this transaction item template is actually a function up top here. So what this does is that using this tagged literal, you can pass a string and you can use these sort of variables inside. And this function itself, which you're using as a tag literal, is going to provide all of those things. So here you can see that we have strings, we have title, date, amount. But these arguments that we have, they have to be used exactly in the order that we are using in the string. So here you can see that it's number one is title, then the date and the amount. But in the template here, the title is the second thing that I use. The first thing I'm using is actually icon classes. So that's where the problem is, because this is something that I added just yesterday. So it's broken now. So how do we fix this? We introduce icon classes here, right? Then we also change this sort of order. So in here, we are saying first, take out the string 0 before this icon classes. So essentially it should be something like this. So string 0, then icon classes, then it should be string 1 and then title. So let's see how I can easily do this. Let's see. So I can do something like title, date, amount is string 3. And then there would be also a string 4. So what would happen here is I would first use the icon classes, then string 1, then title, then string 2, then date, then string 3, and then amount, and then string 4. And I'm going to show you how this works. So let me actually refresh, and I'm going to teach you how this happens. So refresh, and now I do test 1, gift cards 120, and if I hit add, you will see that it comes inside here. But now it will go into the tag template function like here, and this tag template syntax breaks everything. So this strings is now an array of all the strings distributed by the variables that we use. So everything before this is actually string 0. So everything from div, class, and all of this to class equals this quotation mark is string 0. So if I go to string 0, and if I hover over it, actually, wait a second, you will see that it is all the way from here to here, right? Does everybody understand this? Because this is a very interesting concept. I don't think anybody on YouTube would have taught this in a more clear way. So can I get some yes in the chat? Ravindra Gujjar says, hi. Hi to you too, my friend. So do we all understand this concept of tag literals on how does it break everything down? Osama Khalid, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. You could say that, but the fun part is that you can add as many operators as you, or as many variables as you want, and then it would find those. So it would say something like a string 0, and then you can get icon classes like f is solid, f is gift. Then you have string 1 that starts from there to the next one, and then so on. So it goes on and on and on like that. So now that I have this, give me actually 1 second, be right back. All right, so here, now you will see that if I go forward, this is string 0, icon classes, string 1, and then the title, test 1, then string 2, and then we have the date. Then we got a string 3, the amount, and finally string 4, which should be like the ending part of it. So we also get like these delete and everything, right? So now if I play this, you will now see everything in there. So we got the icon, we got the title, the date, the numbers, and edit and delete. Yay, awesome. So now you can see that how we can use tag literals, and style components also work in exactly the same way. So now that we have this transaction item template, what we could do is we could go ahead and add more things. So we could say test 22, amount should be 1122, and if I hit add, it would now add another thing, right? And that's pretty much it. So now we can add multiple items with the price, and we also have we also should just put we also should put this into a heading. So in the index HTML, where we have this form, you can see that we have this heading 4. So I can go ahead, and in this form, we could also add a heading, or just beside the heading, we could say something like new transaction. So we have something like this. Now I think it looks a bit better. Does tag literals have cross-browser support? Really good question. They have. I think all the major browsers support them. So tag, template literals, browser support. It's most likely going to give us the can I use link? Yes. So you can see that IE, of course, doesn't do it. No shock there. We don't have Opera supporting it, but all the major browsers actually support that. So yeah, we're good. Brother, have you tried Vue.js? I have just a bit, not too much, to be honest. So now that we have this new transaction and transactions concept, let's see what we could do with the wallet that we already have. And if we have some transaction, some new transaction that comes in, how do we deduct or add the new value to this, right? So let's do that. Do you believe it's worth using Redux for state management like React, or just make stuff complicated? That's a good question. I think if I can Abramov tweet about Redux. I remember why does he have the name change? I do remember there was a post by him. Now he posts like every day now. Or maybe it was a fake one. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Yeah, it would take me a long time to find it. But there was a tweet by Dan that said, or maybe it was fake, that said, now you can stop using Redux. So I would suggest using something like Zustand instead of Redux. I find it much easier, much interesting to work with. So yeah, I wouldn't use Redux unnecessarily, to be honest. So I would rather prefer Zustand. Crap was planning to use it on IE8. Well, good luck. I think you're gonna find yourself in a pothole in that case. All right, so now let's talk about how we can add or change the value. I found the tweet on the first search and skipped over it. Is this the one? Reading some Redux example code I wrote 4 years ago, and I know of an idea how it works. This is from 2019. Not the one I suspected. I remember Theo maybe had one of those, but yeah, anyways. So let's talk about how can we change the value of the wallet once we have changed or created a transaction, right? So what I'm going to do is, we have the budget app here, right? We have the wallet there, right? And then we have in the budget app UI, we create app equals to new budget app UI, which has the default wallet. So it goes into here and then it assigns the default wallet. I don't think we are using, so we are using this dot budget app, default wallet, and the budget app itself. If I can go there, can I go there, please? Has wallets, and then, okay. Then there should be one thing called active wallet. So what we want to do is, first of all, our application could have multiple wallets, and we could set an active wallet in this case, right? So this budget app would have a function called set active wallet, and you could say something like this: dot wallet equals wallet, and we have the wallet class here. So we're going to pass wallet here. Okay, now when this budget app is created, what do? We pass a default wallet. So we don't have any constructor in here. So we're going to create a constructor. So constructor, and we get a default wallet. We do set active wallet with the default wallet when it starts. All right. So now that we have got the budget app in there, and we got the wallet in here, then we also got the transaction in there. So now what I would want to do is, in the budget app UI, we want to have a function which re-renders the value of the wallet when it has been updated. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a function in the budget app UI So I'm only updating all of the HTML in this budget app UI class. I'm not doing it in budget app or any place other. So for example, in here, you will notice that in the transaction, we are using this get HTML function, which generates the HTML, but it does not do any DOM manipulation. So it doesn't push anything on the DOM, on the view. It just returns back a string and that's it. So we can keep it really pure. Now, if I go to the budget app UI, I can have a function that is, for example, render wallet, or we could say update active wallet, right? And then what we would do is we would basically pass a new value to the wallet, and that would be it. So we can get a wallet here, and then what we'll do is we'll get this wallet with the ID, and that should be it. So here you can see that if I had multiple wallets, let's create multiple wallets, for example. So right now what we have when we create this is we have a hard-coded wallet. So we don't have, we don't render any wallet at the moment. So first of all, we are going to render all the wallets. So let's do this. So we got default wallet, and then we also should be passing a set of wallets in here. So let's say wallets, and the wallets would be something like this. So we got a new wallet here, and then we got a new wallet there. And in here, I can do it once here. So wallets equals to this. So we create wallets first. Let's say my wallet is the first one, and then we could say secondary, or we could say something like Apple Pay. And we could say, for example, Google Pay instead. And here we have something like 2000 in this case. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, let's see. I'm going to create, or I'm going to pass the wallets here, just like this. So we are passing the wallets array exactly in the budget app UI. And then the default wallet, we can say that it's the first wallet. So wallets 0 is the first wallet that we are trying to use. So I'm going to debug and let you know how this works. One thing also that I want to make sure is that each wallet has an ID. So I don't see an ID property here. So I'm going to create that. And we can also use web API for UUID. I think there is a way to create crypto unique ID web API. Yeah, crypto random UUID. This is something that you could generate a v4 UUID. This is a web API. So you can use this into different browsers. Let's see what is the compatibility. So random UUID is available in Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera, Safari. So all the major browsers, as you can see. So I'm going to quickly use this. So this is called self.crypto.random UUID. So I'm going to create that for each wallet. So I can say this.id equals self.crypto.uuid. And I can quickly put this here. So now every wallet that I create is going to have a UUID. Let's test this out. So I'm going to remove the breakpoint from here, and I can go ahead and go here when I'm creating the wallets. So in here, I'm creating the wallets. So it goes to the wallets, it creates the wallets. And now if I see wallet, you can see each wallet has a unique ID, right? So this is probably the easiest way without using a third-party library to create a unique ID. Then we have this guy. This also has a unique ID. And we pass these wallets in the budget app UI. And the default wallet is going to be wallet 0. So the first wallet. So if I move this inside here, I should be able to go into the constructor and then do the rest of the magic. So we have a default wallet that comes out like this. And we are passing it to the budget app. Okay, cool. So now that we have this, we are going to go ahead and pass everything inside. So default wallet and wallets should go there. And then also, let's see. So we're going to pass default wallets and Actually, let me think. So when we create a new transaction, what happens? So when we submit, we create a transaction, then we add it on the UI. That makes sense. But then we should also do it. We should also update the app itself. Yeah, so we got a default wallet in there. And the budget app itself has a set active wallet. Yeah. All right, got it. Cool. Okay. Now that I think about it, I don't think I should need to call the app.init because I can just do a new app. Unless I want to do it lazily. And I don't want to do it lazily, to be honest. I think as soon as I do it, it should work. So I'm going to remove this app init from here. And I can go ahead and go here. Or should I do it? Because some of the things now are happening in constructors. And some of them are happening in init. All right, we can keep it like this. So in the init one, then I need to go and say this dot render wallets. And we are going to pass the wallets here. So this is going to be app wallets. And I could say something like this dot wallets equals wallets. So I'm assigning the wallets that I provide to the property, this dot wallets. And now I'm going to loop over those. So I can provide this dot wallets here. And now this function needs to be created. So I can say render wallets, and I can go ahead and run the loop over it. So wallets array, or we could just say wallets here. And then we can say wallets dot for each. So each wallet that we are going to pass from here is going to be of the type wallet. So we can say wallets for each, and here we can say wallet. And I'm just going to console log this for now, not to do too much at once. So let's save this and try this out. So I'm going to go and refresh this now. And you will notice that we are doing exactly the same things, but we are passing the wallets in the budget app UI like this. It goes into the budget app UI constructor and then on init. And I'm going to quickly change my camera. All right, so now it comes inside constructor. It goes ahead, assigns the app itself. Then it goes ahead and gets the entry form, the transactions list, and the wallets, right? Now that we have the wallets here, you can see this. We need to render these wallets. So it goes to this function, goes ahead, then passes the wallets array to the render wallets. It goes inside, and then it just console logs both of them like this. So we got first wallet Google Pay, second wallet Apple Pay. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to get the wallets array. So we can say wallets selector. And then what I want to do is I want to find this wallets array. So it's sidebar wallets, but then we go inside and we say something like sidebar, and this should rather be sort of li rather than div. And I can remove the class li from here, and there we go. So we have a sidebar underscore wallets underscore or underscore list, and this is sort of the selector I want to pass. So I can add all of these allies inside this list when a wallet is being created. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and pick this and go to main.js, provide a dot selector because this is a class. And then what I want to do is once we pass this budget app UI, then I could say something like wallet selector element or wallets list element. And we can do the same thing here. So we do something like this dot wallets list element equals document dot query selector. And then we can say this was called wallet selector, I believe, form selector, transaction selector, and wallet selector. So we are going to pass wallet selector here, and we are going to get that wallets list element just like that. So I'm going to refresh this, go back to my browser and debug it. So just making sure that this works. So we are passing the wallet selector from here in the budget app UI. It goes in the constructor, goes ahead, and goes forward. The wallet selector is dot sidebar wallets list. So this should be an element just like this list element. So if I go forward, I get the UL sidebar. You can see that this is highlighted there. So we are getting the list selector item here. Now that we got that list item, the parent DOM element, we can loop over these wallets and we can actually just loop over and add that to the UI. So what I'm going to do is, this is the list element that I had. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and say render wallets. And then what I'll do is, let's see. I could go ahead and create element from HTML. Where am I using this function? Oh, I'm using it here. Okay. So in each wallet, we could have the wallet item list as well, just like we had in transaction. So we can say something like get HTML, and then it should return const wallet item template strings. We have the title of the wallet, and when we have the amount. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. And then we just return string 0, string 1, and string 2, because there are two different variables. So I can just take these three values and then strings, and then I can do return, and that would be essentially string 0, then the title, then string 1, then the amount of it, and that's it. And this should rather be const and not return. And then finally string 2. So now I can use the wallet item template here in the get HTML function of a wallet. So I can go to the wallet, which is here, and I can say wallet item template. And then here we have this guy, the li, and then I can use the wallet title here, this dot title, this dot amount, and that's pretty much it. Now that I have this, I can copy paste without any shame what happens in the list items. So let's see. So this is what we do. So I'm going to quickly copy this, and I can go ahead and put that here. So when we do render wallets, yeah, this one, we essentially do wallet dot get HTML. We get the HTML, and then we do wallets element list, and then we do this. Now let's try this. I've written a lot of code, but I want you to follow the debugging process so you understand what's happening. So I'm going to go to the render wallets function, which is this. So I'm going to refresh now, put a breakpoint here, and put a breakpoint here. So now it comes with all the wallets. It goes inside. Then it comes with first wallet and calls the get HTML function. It's not get HTML. What? I think that the case is different. Yeah. So get HTML. Refresh. Come back. So this is the function now. So it goes inside, and then it takes the title and the amount, as you can see. So it goes then into the wallet item template, takes out the strings just like this. So string 0 is this. So li h4, then the title, then h4 closes, then p tag starts, with dollar and then the amount, and then the string 2 is the rest of the HTML element. So when this is generated, it actually returns something like this. So the entire HTML, as you can see, right? Now I'm creating it, or I'm using a function create element from HTML to append to wallet list element, which means that now if I go forward, you see another one here, Google Play. And then if I go forward with the second item, we get a new HTML with Apple Pay, and it also adds this. Yay, super cool. So now I'm gonna go and remove the hard-coded one from here. So we only have the ones from the JavaScript. So you can see that the wallets now are Google Play and Apple Pay. Awesome. Are you with me so far? Can I get some yes in the chat? I'm gonna quickly go and grab a glass of water, and then we are going to continue. Are you with me, everybody? Or maybe there's a delay. Are you with me, or have you slept? Because I can see that we have more than 10 people on YouTube, more than 5 on Facebook, some on Twitch, and some on LinkedIn as well. But maybe it's late for everybody. Anyways, now that we have this Google Play and Apple Pay, Google Pay and Apple Pay cards here, the default one is this. What we also want to do is to also have the ID on this list item. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add the ID. So in each wallet, we have the title, amount, and ID, but we are not using the ID here. So I'm going to use the ID here, just like this. And I can say this.id. This will make sure that it's easy for me to update the wallet later on. Now that I've added a new variable, I need to update wallet item template, because now it also should contain the ID like this. So ID is going to be there. So string 0, then the ID, then string 1, title, string 2, amount, and then string 3. So now that we have this, let's see. So if I see the wallet, oh, something's breaking. String 3 is not defined, yes, because I've not added that here. So string 3. Now we have all of them, and we also have the IDs, or we should have the IDs. So here you can see that every item or every list item has the ID. So I can now pick which item am I right now focusing on, or which wallet has to re-render, right? So how do we go about this now? So what I'm going to do is, whenever we create a transaction, we're going to update the wallet and we're going to re-render the wallet, right? So how do we go about it? We have render wallets as a function, but we should also have a render wallet as a function, which gets a wallet and then renders it. So we could say something like renders or wallet, and then we can say the wallet item instance, and we can also say renders the wallet by finding it in the DOM by ID. Okay, so we have this function that we are talking about. Now how do we do that? Let's talk about it. So when we have a new transaction that happens here, create transaction, what we would want to do is, we got the new amount here, we got the new title here, and we got the date here. So what we are going to do is, we are going to say this dot app dot wallet And this wallet right now has to be updated. So I think instead of, so wait a second, I could go ahead and make this private. So this is not really available. App.wallet, but oh, we haven't even created this. So we could say wallet. Is that how you create it? I think that's how you create it, right? So this dot wallet equals to wallet. And if I try to go and now see, actually let's confirm this because I now forgot. Was it JavaScript class private field? I think it's hash. Yeah, it's hash. And how many browsers support this? Let me quickly see. Almost all of them. So yeah, I think we can go with this. So we got this yeah, this one. So we shouldn't now be able to find it. So we can now not find wallet, as you can see. So because this is a private property. So when we do this, we should say this dot app dot update wallet, and then this function should be created. So we have app, which should be budget app. We have add wallets, and then we also have set active wallet. Are we using add wallet? No, I don't think so. We have set active wallet, and then we have update wallet, and this should be something like this dot wallet equals this dot wallet, and then whatever comes there. So this should be wallet update. And actually, since this is just a wallet which contains, which only contains the amount and title, I think I'm going to use that. So I can say something like amount and title. So we could say something like title or this dot wallet dot title, and similarly this. So amount, this dot wallet dot amount. सर कभी आप प्रोजेक्ट्स हिंदी उर्दू में डाले ज़्यादा व्यू आएगा आसिफ असलम फैंस. Yes, I have a new channel now, and that is Code with Ahsan in Urdu. So all the videos there are going to be Urdu, and yeah, I'm not sure if views are my target. It's rather what I'm doing. So when I do update wallet, it should update the title and the amount, which is good. Oh, but then there's okay, this is going to be interesting because this shouldn't be here rather. Let me see, because then we lose all of these functions. Like we shouldn't. Okay, so we already have the wallet here, so let's actually use that. So this should only allow the amount, update wallet amount, and then I should just call this dot wallet dot update amount, and then just pass it, and that should be good. And then we should return this dot wallet from here. So we update the wallet and we return the wallet back. Okay, now that we have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to render the wallet after it. So let's see. So when we have a transaction, when we create a transaction, we add it to the view, and we have a new amount here. So then I could do this. So this dot update active wallet, and then we can, no, No, we could say this dot render wallet, this dot app dot wallet. This is getting interesting. So if I go ahead and go into the budget app, we do have a wallet property. We do have an update active wallet or update wallet. So I'm going to call the update wallet in that case. So first we do const updated wallet equals this dot update wallet with the amount. So we get back the updated wallet and then we pass it into the render wallet. Then it goes there in the render wallet. And now we can find it. So we can say const now this is interesting. मैंने शेयर किया है अपने ग्रुप में आपका गिटहब लिंक को भी. Good, awesome. Now that we are talking about render wallet, let's see. So in this case, we should have first the wallet element equals this or document dot get element by ID wallet dot ID. So we just first do a console.log on wallet element. Let's try this now. So I'm going to go to docs and then let's say I go ahead to my sources and I go ahead to create transaction, which is here. So let's say I say test 1, 2, 3, and then I say 120. So this is right now getting into my wallet. So I add this and I do this. So it comes here and then it goes with the new amount, which is 120. It goes inside there. Oops. Where's my file? Oh, it broke. So update wallet with the amount actually broke. Does it go forward? No, it doesn't. So what was the error again? This dot update wallet is update wallet is not a function. Interesting. Oh, it's update active wallet. So it should be this dot app dot update wallet. Yes. Let's go. Refresh. Test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Restaurants. Add. So it calls app.update wallet with the amount. It goes inside. It updates the wallet with the update amount function. Goes ahead. It says plus equals to amount, but then this is a string. So this amount should be converted into a number. So then we need to go and say plus equals to the number value of the amount. So we do test 1, 2, 3 category. We go inside, we got inside, then we convert this number and we add it to the amount. Right now, the amount itself is also a string. Interesting. No. So if I do this, then it's not a number. That's interesting. So if I refresh now, let's see. So the amount that came in was 5,000. Okay. Then do we ever get this? Amount is 2,000. Go ahead. Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we hit add. Now the amount is 5,000. And this amount is undefined. What? What's happening? Okay. Oh, we're not. What? Wait a second. Update wallet with the amount. Yeah, wait a second. Yeah, this shouldn't be there. Refresh. Test 1, 2, 3. Add. Now we put 123 inside. The wallet update amount is this 123. It goes inside. The amount is 5,000. The number amount is 123. So it becomes 5,123. Then it returns this dot amount, which is okay. It comes out. Then we return the wallet with the new amount back, just like this. So we got the updated wallet with 5123 ID title, and then we do render wallet, updated wallet. So we go inside there, we get the wallet ID, and then we get it the element. So in here, you will now see if I hover, you see that it is highlighting the first element that it found. So this is the wallet that we're talking about. And now all we need to do is, instead of like highlighting this, we update this. So how do we update this? We're gonna go and write the function for it. So what we do is we render the wallet by finding it, and then we update the amount, and we also update the title. So we say const, or we say walletl dot query selector, and then we find the element. So if I have a look at the template of the wallet, which is this, so we have the li, then we have h4 and p tag. We couldn't give this a class, and this is a class as well. Class, it should be, if I follow the BEM, so it's sidebar wallets list item. So sidebar wallets list item, and then we also have class item heading, and then we also have this guy here, and we can call this amount. So we can keep this class heading and amount, and we can fetch those. So we could say something like walletl.query selector, this heading dot text content equals wallet dot wallet dot title, and then the same thing goes for the amount. So I can get this amount, and it should be wallet dot amount. So, and this should also have a dollar and then the amount. So if I now refresh, let's see what happens. So if I say test 1 2 3 and then 1 2 3 1 2 3, select restaurants, hit add, it goes inside, comes out, goes to render wallet, goes to update wallet, finds the wallet element just like this. Then it also should find this element, which is the heading. So if I run this on console, I can actually find the element. So if I just write this, you can see that it is highlighting the title, right? And if I change this to amount, you can see that now it's highlighting the amount. So title, amount, and then amount, title, amount, title, amount, title, amount. So that means my selectors are okay, and they would then update it. So 5,000, or actually the title first changes, and then 5,000 becomes 128 123. Okay, there we go. So now our transactions are actually working. So I could now say something like test 1 2 3, and then if I go ahead and say 200 and hit add, then you can see that this becomes 5200. If I go ahead and say test 22, and then if I say minus 3000 and hit add, then it says, oh, value must be greater than or equal to. So now the thing is that in here you can see the value must be greater than or equal to 1. Now this is a problem because we also want negative values, so we have to remove this minimum value 1 from here, right? And we could also say placeholder could be transaction amount integer, or actually we could say let's actually keep 0 there. So we go say title or test 1 to 3, select a value from here and say minus 3000. If I hit add now, you can see that now this 5000 got changed to 2000. And if I keep adding those, I could add something like groceries, clothes and shopping, and minus 150, and then hit add. There you go. You can see that this changes, right? Does that make sense? Do we see that the budget app itself is now able to reflect the change into the wallet itself, right? Now, one thing that I would like to do is, since we are doing all of these cool things with OOP, what if we wanted to select the actual wallet before the transaction, right? Do you want me to do that? Can I get some yes in the chat? So we can select which wallet we would like to pay from. And I'm keeping the CSS very simple so far. I'm just focusing on JavaScript a lot. Sathal said, it's the first time I want to learn how to debug your code or our code. Awesome. Cool. So right now, let's say we implement a really simple CSS that the sidebar wallets. So we should have like, so we could say something like body, or not body, we could say sidebar wallets, and then we can say if sidebar wallets list item, or we could directly write it. That's fine as well. We want to keep it simple for now. We're probably going to change it anyways. So if sidebar wallets list item has also the active class, so we could say something like it also has the active class, then we change the background color to this, and we say the border color would be DC. Right? So we can do something like this. And now we don't have like anything. So go for Apple Pay. Yeah, we can go for Apple Pay. So let's say the active element itself, we make them, let's say if I had to add, are we actually using the CSS in the HTML? Main CSS, yeah, we are. So that's good. So if I had to add a class here to this list item and I added like active, you can see that it highlights it, right? So this is what we want. We want to see if what is the highlighted active element. So I'm keeping it very simple. So when we add a particular item, we can see if it is active or not, right? So in this case, when we have a wallet, we can add a property called isActive. Okay. So we can see if it is active or not. So when we say isActive, it's going to be a Boolean. And we can also say is set active. This dot active equals this dot active. We could call, so what do you call when you have a wallet? You don't call it active, you call it is primary rather, right? So you call it is primary. So when we create the default wallet, we can also put the is primary in this case, and we can say this dot is primary equals is primary or false. So if it's not primary, it's going to be false always. Okay. And then we also have set primary. So we set this is primary or not. All right. Now that we have this, we try to find which wallet is the active wallet. So we already have set active wallet. I'm going to rename this to set primary wallet. And by renaming, you press F2 and then it renames all the signatures. So we are setting it set primary wallet. We're going to rename this to also primary wallet. And we are also going to rename it whenever there is something else. So when we add this, we add the primary wallet, we set the primary wallet that's as well. But before setting the primary wallet, we are going to set the first one. So we can say something like this dot wallet that we already had dot set is primary to false. So we set the previous one to false. And then we set the other one to true. Now, this is going to be interesting because right now we are going to change two different things whenever we are switching. So it's either that you do the DOM changes yourself, or you be lazy and you say render everything or render all the wallets. But then you're re-rendering things unnecessarily, because if you have 5 wallets, then you are basically re-rendering the other ones that you should not be. So since we are just switching, I think we should just say, hey, the current primary wallet should be set to false, but the next one can be set to true. So when we go to say set primary wallet, where do we call it from? We call it from here, okay? Okay. And we have the budget app. So we create the budget app from here, from the default wallet. The budget app UI itself gets this. So we get the default value. We set the is primary to true. So by default, this Google Play is the true one. Then we go inside, we pass the wallets in there. That's also good. Okay. Then we call the constructor. Okay. Then we pass the primary wallet. We're going to call this primary wallet. Instead of that, and actually instead of default wallet, we are going to just use primary wallet. So default wallet is just being used here. So I can say primary wallet here. All right. So now that we have this, we go inside and then we do all of those things. Cool. All right. Now we have a problem. It says cannot read property of set is primary, reading undefined. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, okay, set is primary. So we have a null check or undefined check here. So if we already have a wallet, then we set its primary to false. And then we set the next one to true. So the next one is going to be this. And we also set the wallet dot is primary, or we say set is primary to true. And then we pass the new wallet inside. So that's one thing. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to click those and set those primary wallets. So how do we go about this? Let's see. In the handlers, the init event handlers, I'm going to add a new function now. So I'm going to add event listener, not to entry form, but I would add this to the wallets list element. So when we click the wallets list element, and when we have a click handler here, we're going to find the event target. So we can say something like event.stop immediate propagation. So we are going to find the event target. And then we are going to console log it. So we can say console.log target. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh. What? Let's see, we got an error. So wallet itself is here. And we got this guy here. We go forward. Wallet.set is primary. Interesting. Let's see. Is primary true, and the wallet itself has Oh, it's not set, it's C is primary. So set is primary. Now it should work. So refresh, go ahead. Set is primary is a function now, so it will not cause errors. There you go. That's how you debug and fix the issues. Hello, son, how to improve quality and structure of your code? You reiterate, you keep fixing things, you keep looking at better practices, you go and say clean code JavaScript, GitHub, and then you can read this on how to structure your code like this. So there are lots and lots of examples here, lots and lots of things to learn from here. Okay, so do give this a read. All right, so now you can see that if I click this outside, nothing happens. But if I click this element, you see this target. So this is what was clicked. If I click this element here, now you will see that the target itself is P. Now this is interesting because it would depend on the target that you are looking at. So in this case, if I click this element, you can see that the target was within this element, right? So how do we find a closest element? Because what we want to do is we have to figure out which element was clicked, Google Pay or Apple Pay, which wallet was selected. Now I could have clicked on the element, which is this target, but then we also have another thing. So if I go to my code and if I can find it, so there we have target, but we also have something called current target, and you'll see what that looks like. So if I go ahead and click now this element, you will see that we got target, which is this element, but then we have this here, as you can see, and this is the list item, right? So it doesn't matter where I click, the current target is always going to be the list item. The current target always remains the same. Now this time the target is amount. If I click heading, then the target is heading. Previously it was amount, this time it's heading, but the current target always remains the same. The current target is always the element that you basically clicked on, right? Now, here is the tricky part. What I want is, I don't want to have this listener on the list item, but I want this event listener to be on the sorry, I don't want this listener to be on the list, but rather on a list item. So how do I do that? There's something called JavaScript event delegation. So if you have a look at that, you're going to learn how this works. So essentially what we would want to do is we would want to say, hey, everything, or just whenever there is a click on any list item under this list, then you trigger it. And the tricky part for that is that when we bind this listener, our list items don't exist. So let me show you. So if I go ahead, or maybe they do, but let's check them out. So init event handlers. So if I go and just put a breakpoint here where the event listener is being bound, if I refresh now, you can see that we don't have the wallets, right? So if I go to this list element here, aside wallets, you can see that there are no list elements here. So I cannot say at this point in JavaScript that, hey, on each list item click, do this, because then there could be more items added later on. So how do I say that, hey, anytime if there is a click on any list item or li inside this UL, then trigger something. So that process is called event delegation, right? So how do you do this? You can see custom UI.add event listener, click, and then here it tries the event target node name li, right? So in this case, you would have to find the element itself. Wait a second, what's doing? Yeah. So you're going to find the target.node name in this case. So in here, I could say if not, and this is small li. So we got event.target.node name is not li, then just return. Otherwise, you continue doing that. And I'm gonna stop the propagation afterwards. So here. So now if I refresh, you're gonna see something. So I'm gonna go and put a breakpoint inside, refresh. Now, if I click this item here, you're gonna see that it comes inside the event.target here is the amount. Okay. Now it would go inside and check, is the node name li? No, it's not, it's p. And I think it should be capital. So since it's not li, oh, what have I done? Stupid me. It should be this, not equals to. So I click here, then it checks, hey, the node name is not li, then return. Yep. So when we have this list item clicked, you're going to see the li, and then it should basically go ahead, right? So in this case, it should be li. And if I refresh, if you click here, you're gonna go ahead and see that, hey, this item was li, so it matches, it doesn't return. Then it goes ahead and sets this to the current target. If I click here, then what happens? The node name is p, so it's gonna do a return from here. Actually, now that I think about it, I think instead of this, I should maybe not do return and do this. So let's see this again. So if I click this here, the node name is p. And then, okay. Interesting. But this should actually bubble up to the list item, and it doesn't. Let me actually see event delegation. Okay, so then we would have to do something like this. So let's see. You know me. Hi, sir. Good evening. Thank you. Hi to you too. So we're going to have to do two things. One, we're going to have to find the closest li. So we're going to see something like const. So if we don't have the target node name li, or if we have this, then we're good. But actually, let's do this. So we could say something like let li or list element or list item element equals event.target, right? And then we can check if the list item element node name is li, then we are good. But if it's not that, then we try to find list item element equals, let's call it element instead. So element dot node name, not li, then element equals element dot closest. I think it's called closest parent. And then we can give li, and then we can run this. So this element itself would be then the li. And I think we should be good. So we can then just say this and remove this. So let's see if this works. So if I click on the amount, it comes inside, it says, hey, the element is p. We don't want p. So it goes ahead and check, is the node name li? No, it's not, it's p. So it tries to get closest parent, and that is not something, closest. Oh, it's just called closest and not closest parent. So closest. Let's try this again. Let's try clicking here. Then it goes here, close here, and the closest is a function. So it tries to get the li. Since the element right now is p, it gets the li element. There we go. And now I can log the element itself. So I can log the element. Cool. And if I click outside to the target, which is going to be li, in this case, it will not go inside this function because the node name is already li. So it will not go there. And then we can console log. If I click the heading, it's also the same thing. So it gets the element, which is h4. It's not the li. So this will go inside the function now and find the closest li. So we have the li now, and now we can move forward. All right. So whenever there is a list item click, we would call the set active wallet in this UI. So how do we do this? We're going to go ahead and say set or change primary wallet. And we pass the wallet wallet DOM element. So we pass this in here, this dot change primary wallet element. Then what we do is we say interesting. So we first need to find the wallet within the wallets array, and then we need to render them. So we need to first get the primary element or the current primary wallet, change it, and then we need to set the other one. So first we can say new wallet DOM element, right? So we got the DOM element here, and then we can say const current primary wallet element equals document dot query selector. So we do a query selector using the active ID. So we discussed that the item would have this class sidebar wallets list item active. So we do this. So we get the current primary wallet. Then we do const current wallet, and then that would be the current active wallet. So we would say this dot app dot we have update wallet, and when we do update wallet, we do amount. Oh, but interesting. Now that I think about it, I could have said amount, or so when we set an amount, what happens? So update amount. Okay, so we update the amount, we set is primary as well. Okay, then we also would have is primary, and this would be renamed to update primary wallet. So we update the amount, and we also do this dot wallet dot is primary, or set is primary false, or actually this dot wallet. So if there is a value from there, then we use it. So is primary not equals to undefined, then we use is primary. Otherwise we just use this dot wallet dot is primary. All right, and then we return the wallet. So update the primary wallet is going to be something that we use. So when we have changed primary wallet, we get the current wallet, or we update the primary wallet with the new things. So first of all, the only thing that we want to update is primary set to false, And this is also going to be the same thing. So I'm going to say if amount is undefined, then we use amount, or is not equals to undefined, then we use amount. Otherwise we use the amount that was there. Okay. What else? And then this update primary wallet, we should be using an object since we could pass multiple things there. And this should be also amount, and this should be an object. Cool. So we update the primary wallet, we make it false, then we render wallet this dot app dot oh, but this is interesting because we do but this update primary wallet also returns the wallet, right? Yeah, it returns the wallet. Okay, so then we get the wallet like that, this dot or const current wallet equals, so we re-render the current wallet and then we update the new one. So let's do this. So I'm gonna now refresh and try this out. So we have our wallets here. Now when I click the other one, and let's say we get this by adding an active element here. So now if I click Apple Pay, it goes and checks the current primary wallet. So it fetches this. You can see that this is highlighted. Then it updates the primary wallet by setting is primary false. So it goes inside. We don't have any amount, so it's going to keep the amount as it is. Which means if I see wallet, the amount is still... What? Oh, damn. No. If there's no amount... Oh, okay. This is a weird thing because when we say updated amount... Damn, okay, this is a problem. So we should not do this actually. We should just say plus or equals to number amount, not update amount. So this is fine. But then this is not. So when we do this, this should actually add to that. So this should say amount, this dot. Now this is becoming a bit of a problem because, because the point of having this wallet private, or you get the wallet directly then. Get. But then I'm not really sure then what's the point of making this private. So I would rather then change it. If I have to do this like that, then that would be a problem. Hey Simplorian, hey, how's it going? I'm thinking now. So you do update wallet. I'm thinking if I should reconfigure this. So I could say something like update. And I could say something like amount is primary. And then I could do this. So I could say something like this amount equals to number. Amount not equals to undefined. Then amount. Otherwise this dot amount itself, right? So this could be something, and then this dot is primary also would be the same thing. So we could say this is primary is not undefined is primary, otherwise this dot is primary is going to be that. So I can remove these now, but then it would now cause a lot of problems, I know. So let's see where we were using those. So update amount is being used in a couple of places. Okay, so instead of update amount, I could say update, and then I could just pass amount and is primary. So I wouldn't have to do all of that magic there that I'm doing. So I'm gonna remove all of this. And now this becomes much easier. And then I don't need to return this as well. But then I don't also need this function then. So I can eliminate a lot of code. So I can do something like this dot wallet dot update. Is that correct? No, this dot app dot wallet dot update, right? And then I just need to say this dot app dot wallet. And then I can remove this. What else have I moved? So update primary wallet is gonna go away. And then we got this. So update primary wallet. So it should be wallet dot update and then primary wallet. That's good. So now actually let's see if this actually works out of the box. So this is where we have. Now if I set the element to active, we click this guy, then it goes ahead and changes the primary wallet. It goes inside, it gets the current primary wallet, which is this one. Then it essentially says this dot app dot wallet dot update. So it updates the current one to say primary false. And this current wallet is undefined. So we could say current wallet equals this dot app dot wallet. And now if I pass this, and I'm going to fix this in code. So if I now render the wallet, it would go ahead, get this by wallet ID. So it gets this, it updates the title, updates the price, and we are good. Okay, so, So do we need current primary wallet element? No, we don't. Do we need this guy? No, we don't. And do we need this? Yes, we do. Would something like this be used in real world, or is it normally done with functional programming? What we are doing actually here is quite similar to functional programming. But for example, when I'm using change primary wallet, you could update the wallet as well. So for example, instead of changing primary wallet, you could get we could make this functional. Yes, you're right. For example, you could update the current wallet and then you would have to make the next one your own. For example, this right here, this could be part of this function rather, because we are updating the current wallet and then we are rendering the wallet. And then what we are doing is we are calling the other function with the DOM element, and then we update that. So we could say something like const wallet equals, and we could say this dot wallets dot find wallet, and we can say wallet dot id equals new wallet DOM element dot id, because they should be the same. And we could call this new wallet, and then we can just say new wallet dot update is primary set to true, and then we can say this dot render wallet, and we can say new wallet here. Right now, the only thing that is remaining is this render wallet function, which actually sets everything, but then then it would also look into the wallet element if wallet dot is primary. Then we could say something like wallet element dot class list dot add and we could add the CSS class, which is the active class. Otherwise, we remove it. So this is going to be either this, or we say wallet element dot class list dot remove, and then we do the same thing here. So we do this, and we do it in the else case. So if it's not primary, then we remove the class. So let's see this. Now you will notice that it doesn't render this the first time when this is active, right? But when I click this, you can see that it changes. Now you can see it changes, but it doesn't change it back, which is interesting. So we're going to have a look at that. But, or actually, let's have a look at that first. So I can remove all of these. You make it look so easy. I just debug well. So let's see. So when we change this, we're supposed to remove it from the first one and then go to the next one. So when I do this, let's leave this for now. And when I do this, now the app wallet is Google Pay, right? So it updates setting this primary to false. And now the wallet has its primary false. Okay. Now it renders the wallet, it goes inside, then it gets the wallet element, which is this guy. And this should already have the active class. It has it. You can close this, and then sources. So now if the wallet is primary, it's false, right? So it's false. So it should come here, and the class list should have removed the active class. It did remove it, right? But I still see the class then. Why do I see the class still? That's interesting. The wallet element is the first one. The class list what am I missing? It should have removed it actually, but it hasn't. Then we get the new wallet, and then we render it, and then it gets it. But why does it not remove it? That's interesting. So let's see. JavaScript class list remove element.class list. We say remove. Yeah, we do have remove, and we can remove it just like this. But then why does it not remove it? What am I missing there? Let's see. So wallet element dot class list dot add and wallet element dot class list dot remove sidebar wallet list item active, sidebar wallet list item active. The code is exactly the same. It doesn't really make sense, to be honest. I'm gonna try again. So if I click this guy, the current wallet becomes Google Pay. No, wait a second. So when we click this, we stop this, we render the wallet. So we update this, we render the wallet, then we change the primary wallet with the new DOM element as well. And then we also have this dot set. No. And this should also say this dot wallet. Is it wallet or this dot app dot wallet equals new wallet? So this should also be updated. So if I hit this, it goes ahead, primary false, remove, then it adds it. Then if I click here, it updates it, renders the wallet, It still doesn't remove it, changes the wallet. It goes ahead, updates this, and the wallet still is Google Pay. So now it should be changed to Apple Pay. It changes it. It renders the wallet with Apple Pay. So it renders the color, but it doesn't remove the class. Is it because mm-hmm. 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 It would be a super stupid bug that I would be missing 100%. 100%. And when do we use render wallet? Render wallet, this dot app dot wallet, and this is when we do submit. Okay, that's fine. Then here we do a render wallet one time, and this should have removed. Oh, wait a second. No, it should have removed it. That's fine. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I don't understand it. Let's see. So we click this guy, then we click this guy, go ahead. This .app.wallet is right now Apple Pay, which has a primary false. Goes ahead, gets the wallet element, goes ahead, goes ahead, goes ahead, and then it tries to remove. No, wait a second. So this wallet element now is the second one, right? Yeah. So the second one has the active class right now. And if I go forward, now it removes it. So was there a typo that I did? Because now it works. What was the typo then? I don't understand. I don't know. Well, it works, then I'm not gonna touch it. So let's move forward. I have no clue what just happened. All right, so it seems like this is working. So I changed this. You can see that the active item is set there. So when we are rendering this in the get HTML as well, for each wallet, we are going to do this here as well. So we can say if this transaction ID, oops, we can check here, this dot is primary. If it's primary, then we use set active, or actually do this, set active item active, else we do this, right? So we have something like this there. Now that means I would have to change the template again. So we would have to go with ID. So what was the sequence again? So we have the ID, then is primary, and then all of that. So that means I'm going to go to ID, is primary, title, and amount. Or we could say active class rather. Active class, title, and amount. So ID is string 1, then active class, then string 2, then title, then string 3, the amount, and then string 4. The string 4 doesn't exist, so we gotta add it as string 4. Now if I refresh now, it doesn't add it, so we're gonna see get HTML, and there we go. So if I refresh now, it should set the isPrimary to false, and then the second isPrimary is also false. Okay, so when we render it the first time, we have a bug there. So isPrimary is either if you set isPrimary true or false when you do a constructor. Okay, so when we add a new wallet, then we set the isPrimary to true. Okay, and the second one is false, which also makes sense. So if I go to wallet, then the amount and isPrimary is here. Hmm. Interesting. Let's see. So if I refresh now, it gets the HTML. This, what is this? This is Google Play. The isPrimary is false. What? Why? isPrimary is true. So it goes ahead and sets the isPrimary to true. Then the second one has no isPrimary, so it sets it to false. And this one is Apple Pay. Okay. Now, if I go to the first wallet, that is Google Play, the isPrimary is false. How? How is this false though? Are we setting isPrimary from somewhere? Yes, we are. So where are we setting it from? Set primary wallet. Okay. So we set the isPrimary to wallet true, which was already true. And then we did set isPrimary to true. Ah, okay. Because it reverses it. Boom. That's the bug. So the set primary would be like this. We are reversing it. That's on us. So now if I go forward, the value is true. This primary was already true. It goes forward in the function. And now this primary is true. Good. And now I think the first time it renders, it already makes it selected. There we go. So the second time, if I wanted to change this isPrimary true to here, and if I needed to put it like this, then Apple Pay would be active, and the first one should be interesting. I could actually remove this and do this. So now the second one is set, right? So by default, every one it has isPrimary false, but we only set it when we are setting it the primary wallet in the budget app UI when we do the set isPrimary. Okay. Set primary wallet. And there you go. You set it here. Cool. So Apple Pay, Google Pay, all of those are working. If I now add test and I do this, then you will see that this would now add to Apple Pay. I hope. Or did we get an error? isPrimary is not defined. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So we go to the submit function, add event listener, and here we are saying update. I think the only thing that should be updated should be amount here and not anything else. So in this case, if we have Apple Pay, we say test, we say 222, we hit add or category, add. You can see that the value here, now that's a problem. When we put the amount in there in the update, it actually was correct the first time. So in that case, this should rather be this dot amount plus equals to. If we have an amount that is not undefined, then we add that amount. Otherwise, we do a 0 in there. So let's do that. So if we have Apple Pay, we say test 222, restaurants and cafe, hit add. Now you can see that this is 2222. If I change the wallet and do test 22, and here I add a value like this, let's say 9898, or let's say 4848, so it becomes 9898, and hit add. Now you can see that it is selecting the correct value for the wallet. Yay! So a lot of code that happened there. And I also just noticed that my camera has died. So, and we have been online for about 2 hours now. So I'm going to be ending the stream here, but you still get to see my face before we do so. So we're going to stop here, and you can see that by default, we have no transactions in the beginning. We can select a wallet by default, or we could choose it right away. And when we choose it, it automatically works to add the value to that wallet. So if I do this, test, test, and if I do this to the other wallet, you can see that it adds to all the values that were there. And I could also negate those. So I could say, for example, let's move 12500 from this. So it just remains 123. So test 222, and this is the selected one. Did I make a mistake, or did it actually? Oh, I made a mistake. So it should be -112,000, and then test final, add it, and you can see that 623. Okay, so it's working fine. I made a mistake. Awesome. So I think we're good here. The next stuff would be to implement the edit and the delete, and that would also be very interesting. And then finally, we'll wrap it up with a JavaScript or some CSS that we'll do. So far, so good. Take care of yourself, take care of families. And I'm going to go back to mine. And yeah, hopefully you have a good weekend. I'm going to see you later. Thank you, everyone. Allah Hafiz.